right, welcome into another episode of the 2022 MLB Draft Show. And today we've got one of our headliners, someone that we're really high on over at Prospects Live. We got Oregon's own Josh Kasevich. Josh, welcome into the show, man.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. I mean, what we like to kind of do to start this whole thing off, shortstop, Oregon Ducks, kind of introduce yourself, who you are on the field, what kind of a player you are, and then tell us a little bit about the sort of things, the sort of person that you are off the field as well.
Yeah, well, like you said, I'm Josh Kasevich.
Josh Kasevich.
Love to play baseball, love to play it really hard. Yeah, kind of just love to play like I'm a little kid. Grew up playing in the backyard with my brother, so that's kind of where I grew my love for the game, and kind of like to play like that now and as I grow older. Because off the field, I'm kind of a relationship oriented guy. I love my family, love my friends, really close to my heart. Doing things fun. I don't know. I like to cook, like to make things in the kitchen. Kind of go out and see cool spots in the world, and kind of travel a little bit as much as I can, and hang out with my friends and family.
Well-rounded guy. Tell us a little bit about your tools, a little bit about the type of player that you are on the field. What sort of impact do you bring on the diamond?
Yeah, I think I have a really good defensive skill set, and I can kind of change the game there. And something that I've kind of developed being here at Oregon is my hit tool. Learn to put the ball in play to a lot of different parts of the field, and starting to get more behind it and hit for a little bit more power.
I think you hit on something there that we've really kind of been pushing as a narrative for you. You had one of the best contact rates in all of college baseball last year. I think it was over 93%. And you were hitting the ball with some authority. You're not, like you said, you're not quite lifting the ball yet, but I think that's something people are looking for in 2022. Where do you get your hit tool from? I mean, you really seem to have a good ability to cover the zone, to cover every quadrant. That's something you had in high school, or is that something that the Oregon coaches have really helped you develop?
Really helped me develop. Took a lot of hard work. I guess I came in my first year and kind of wasn't there. So kind of over quarantine, took a ton of time and focused every day on hitting pitches that I wasn't able to hit before, and kind of going the other way with balls, and kind of that opened up things in my swing that could lead to more success and lead to hitting those mistakes better and stuff like that.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you really blistered the ball the other way last year. I think people are looking forward to seeing how hard you can hit the ball pull side with authority this year. Oregon, of course, has such a reputation for being on the cutting edge of technology. And I have to ask, with someone that hits the ball as hard as you do and has such a bat to ball skills, do you like to incorporate tech into your game? Do you get on the blast motion? Do you get on the hit tracks? Do you do a little bit with VR? Kind of how do you incorporate that into your process?
Yeah, I haven't done the VR yet. Would love to try that out, but we are huge on using the technology here. One of the big things we use is Blast and Rapsodo for all of our BP on the field and stuff like that. Just tracking numbers, where we're hitting balls, kind of what our goals are. It's pretty individualized for each guy. So it gives us kind of a report after each week, and we can look at that and kind of look at how the adjustments we've been trying to make are working, or if they're not working, and kind of go from there. So it's kind of a weekly deal where we get a report, and then kind of can build off those reports throughout the fall.
If you don't mind me asking, go a little bit more into what your individualized plan is, because I think you were mentioning a couple of minutes ago that you really like to take the ball the other way. You let the ball travel deep into the zone. Is there anything this fall, this winter, that has kind of been a point of emphasis for you in getting back data results from Rapsodo?
Yeah, totally. So recently I've been working on kind of trying to get the ball high to the pull side. There's a couple of different ways to do that. It's a little bit with my hands, a little bit with my hips, and how I'm kind of syncing up. And so we've been trying different stuff out and seeing what works and what doesn't. And it's been great. It's been great for development, and hopefully that can translate over.
Let's talk a little bit about Oregon baseball. You guys bring back an already explosive team from last year. You're only losing a couple of key guys. You're bringing in some really high-profile transfer talent from, South Carolina and from Canada. We talked to Adam Meyer last week. Um, what do you have in store for college baseball in 2022? What are your personal goals? What are the Oregon Duck goals for this upcoming season?
I think those kind of go hand in hand, and I think that's to win and to win this year and to get to Omaha and to win there. I think we have all the pieces we need to do it, and now we just need the spring to roll around to kind of go show everybody that that's who we are.
Who, on the same note, who are we as an industry not talking enough about at Oregon? Who's the most underrated player on that roster?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think everybody's got a good amount of recognition. We got a lot of key pieces, but there's some pretty talented freshmen that are coming through, and one that comes to mind is Jacob Walsh. Kid can really hit.
Absolutely. Yeah, we covered Jacob Walsh for last year's draft. That kid can bang for sure.
Hmm.
Excited to see what he's going to do in 2022. What about you, Josh? I mean, you're obviously a team-oriented guy, but do you kind of have anything written down as circled as a personal goal for yourself this year?
Not too much. I want to kind of go into every game and try to impact the game in a positive way for the team. I think going into every game like that is a good mindset and always leads to success. And when you kind of help out with the team first, then individual stuff will come.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about your game on defense. We talked a lot about your bat. It's obviously an established bat, but I think your defense is pretty underrated. You're a rangy guy. You're a bigger guy, which is kind of surprising. You really get around the dirt pretty well. What are kind of some of your fundamentals on defense? How do you? I guess what's Josh's brand on the dirt? What do you try to focus on?
Just fundamentals. I think to be a good infielder is not to be super flashy. It's just to make the plays look easy and routine. Um, and that goes back to a lot of our work at practice with Coach Hinkle, who's our infield coach, and just doing habitual stuff, doing fundamentals every day, stuff that gets your body and your glove in a good position to field balls. So I guess we'll do a ton of work off the little Ponza machines that shoot balls at you, and you can just isolate your hands, and then we'll kind of progress from there and stand up and then move around a little bit, and then take it into full fungo ground balls. And I guess with all of that, it's just being fundamental with your feet, and having a good internal clock is something we focus a lot on.
Nice. Um, so we've kind of gone over your profile as a whole. I wanted to ask. I think you're a Palo Alto kid originally,
Hmm.
West Coast through and through. Is there a guy that you kind of grew up watching that you modeled your game after, or
Yes.
maybe a guy that's in the pros right now that you kind of think best represents you as a player?
Somebody I've always grown up watching and trying to be like is Brandon Crawford. I don't know. I don't know how that came to me. I guess I grew up a Giants fan, and kind of he's the shortstop for their little run there. And I don't know. I've just been hooked to him ever since.
Love it. Well, I don't have too many more questions for you. I do want to ask, next steps. The 2022 season is right in front of us, but after that, you become draft eligible for the second time since high school. I wanted to know, is there something that you're necessarily looking for in a pro club and a pro organization in terms of development or culture or something that you think would best benefit you in terms of your long-term success?
Yeah, I guess something that I would be looking for would be something kind of like I got here at Oregon, which is development. I think there's never a time where you can improve on what you're doing, and I think that would be huge for me going forward.
All right, man. Well, we like to end up with some kind of sillier questions here, kind of get to know you um, and get to know where you've been, I guess. So I'll leave this first one up to you. Where's the best college atmosphere you've ever played?
Oh man, well I played one full season, and that was the COVID season, so there were no fans. So I'm not sure if I can answer that question to the fullest, but we went to Hawaii in the shortened season, and that was pretty sweet. They had sold out crowd under the lights. It was sweet.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, beautiful views. I mean, the other side of that is, and it's a good opportunity for you to put someone on blast. What school had the most lacking fans? Who needs to turn it up a notch?
Uh, I think Cal might need to turn it up a notch.
Everybody comes out and shows up.
Cal, they got some dudes this year, man.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna go and piss off Dylan Beavers. You got to be careful with that one.
Yeah, they got some really good players, but the environment there was a little bit different. Not saying it's a
All right.
bad thing. It's just different.
Yep. All right, we got one more question for you, and it's kind of our sticking point here. We've gotten some weird ones over the years. What is the dumbest fact that you know about literally anything that not a lot of people know?
Oh my gosh. Shoot. Maybe people know this or maybe they don't. I hear it's really weird or not allowed to chew gum in Singapore. It might be. You can't like litter or something like that.
You can't chew gum in Singapore.
I don't know. I swear I've heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's right or not, but maybe it's not Singapore. Maybe it's a different country. But for somewhere in the world, it's like frowned upon to chew gum because you can't litter.
Yeah, that's
They
a
don't
pretty
want you
good
to
one.
dispose of it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm gonna have to double check on that one. I've never been to Singapore, so I can't speak on it. But Josh, thank you so much for joining us, man. I think we've made it pretty clear over the last couple months we're a huge fan of the type of brand that you bring to the field. Really excited to see what you bring to the Pac-12. I myself personally live in Seattle, Washington, so I'll be out to see you a few times this year. Looking forward to see what's to come for Josh in 2022. Thanks for joining us, man.
Sweet, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.